Hey, everybody, this is Pastor D, and
Actually,
we are coming to you from 1028 Salem Avenue in Hagerstown, Maryland, Pathway Community Church. This is the Practical Path Podcast, episode 16. That's right, we got a great show for you today. I want to stop before we move forward, as I often do. I want to give thanks to our elders, thanks to our pastor for providing this platform for us to talk to you, for us to try to reach people for God, and also to frankly just try to give the lost, give those that are unchurched a way to think about being a Christian in a practical way. All right, so today's topic is very, very controversial, as most of them are in some way. When you say, "Oh, controversial,"
yeah,
yeah, somewhat.
I don't think we go deep enough to where they get really controversial.
Do you want to really get controversial?
No, because then I think we're going past the practical.
You can be practically controversial.
Anyways, what's our topic?
Okay, the topic. Well, no, hey, you brought it up, so you tell us the topic. What's the topic?
I've been informed.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just kidding. So, we will discuss I don't know if it's a difference or how to rectify it, but science and religion.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm an astronomy man myself. You would be a medical.
Medical
Medical.
healthcare.
Yeah, healthcare. Okay. So, okay, so you've got astronomy, cosmology, physics. Over here, we come. I hit it with the trifecta of anatomy, physiology, and biology. That's right. I brought the big medical gun, right? And when it comes down to it, you know, I'm going to let her go first. I just want to say that there's so many people, whether they're people of faith or people of the science world, they just trash the other side.
Right. They say you can't be one. You can't be both. You're either one or the other.
Right. I mean, it's almost a political debate nowadays. In this case, only we don't hear about it because it's not as sexy, right? But if you travel in theological circles or circles where you're discussing God or you're discussing science, it comes up. It really does. So, like I said, I'm gonna let Ashley here. Could you tell me, what your thoughts on that subject matter is? Science versus religion, and go.
The only, I guess it comes down to, okay, put it in my field, healthcare. Body is an amazing thing. Our bodies can do amazing, even sometimes unthinkable things that
Like what?
it heals itself.
Okay.
Uh, it allows us to walk.
Okay. You got horses doing that, man.
Okay, well, then horse a body, but we're human, so we're talking about the human body, not four-legged creatures.
I can't argue with that. So you do have some kids that want to, be a little force all day. They don't want to get up.
Right.
Yeah.
But still, body allows them to crawl on all fours.
It does. It does.
Just it works, and it's got so many different pieces, but it all works as one.
Okay.
And yes, science, healthcare, they figured out how it all works together and talks and stuff. But there are instances where somebody's body is going through something. I mean, fill in the blank. Doctors have done everything they can, and all of a sudden one day their body starts healing, they start recovering, and they can't figure out why.
Okay. Would you say an example of that is like someone being in a coma for however long? Everybody just gave up on them, and then suddenly.
Right. Like the prognosis is there. If they wake up from the coma, they will be a vegetable.
Okay.
And the big if is gigantic.
Okay.
They're pretty much talking into you, but you might as well just
Yank the plug, huh?
not yank the plug, but in their take them off if they're on a
Life support.
take them off of there and stuff. And I've heard stories where people, they literally are getting ready to do that. And the person comes out of the coma, clearly talking like nothing happened. And their medicines clearly didn't do anything. Their education clearly didn't do anything because they were ready to end the life.
Okay. So who did it?
Me, I put it down to God. There's no reason. There's no scientific reason why this person should be alive.
Okay. Okay.
And I can't say how many in the healthcare field would agree that yes, it's God, it's some miracle, or if it's just body doing its job. Which again, body just doing its job comes down to God created the body that's doing the job.
My girl. I totally agree. I totally agree. Now, granted, my understanding of medical science in any way, shape, or form not remotely as good as that one. It's okay. I have her outdone in space. It's not a competition, but I got the space knowledge. We good there. She can do the body. She patches me up just fine. But I school about the space stuff. Stars, planet. Okay, so my thought process is a little different. It's along the same lines. It's just a little bit different. We're kind of same tribe kind in this sort of thought process. So okay, we've got space, right? We've got all these things that we've engineered, say studying light and how light splits, and you see all the colors. And space stuff starts with that. Because if you look at everything in space, it is far away, right? It's not around the corner. Even trying to get to the moon, it takes a couple of days. It's not something that's happening in a minute, an hour, even, right? And regardless of how close cosmically it is, realistically, we can't walk there. We can't drive a truck there. It's not happening in a short amount of time. Even going to, say, Mars, right? That takes a while. And we can't even aim directly at it. We have to aim for where we are going to be and where it's going to be. We hope that the two connect. And all of that starts by the way that we've studied light. And the thing that really gets me when it comes to, okay, did God do all this? Right? Stars, galaxies, planets, all this stuff. We believe that we've found Earth-like planets elsewhere. We believe so, right? And it's all again from studying light and the way chemicals and elements show up in light. Thing is, though, for as good as we are, and we are very good at studying light and measuring light and telling distances and things, we had to be able to do that somehow. And you take atoms and the way stars fuse hydrogen and helium to no, not hydrogen and helium, but hydrogen to keep their stellar flames going. It's like a beautiful perfect dance of reacting, and it's keeping us alive. It's keeping our planet in orbit. It's doing the same thing in trillions and trillions of other places, and it's doing it well. Now, granted, we see we'd see these supernovas that supposedly kill everything, and they exist, and black hole and things like that. But on the cosmic scale of what can kill us all in space, none of it's right here and none of it's happening right now. God gave us a big brother named Jupiter.
Let's put a protection in it.
I mean, God gave us a big brother named Jupiter, and Jupiter, big planet as it is, it actually deflects a lot and eats a lot of asteroids and comets that could easily come through and take us out, and it's been doing it. Jupiter should have a sign that says "Protecting your friendly neighborhood Earth" for the past umpteen billion years. you know, um, and God did that. And I mean, you reverse time, go all the way back to the Big Bang, or what we believe started it all. It's there. We have several theories, but we believe the Big Bang, the predominating one. That's the winning one right now. Even if we accept, let's say that the Big Bang happened, the question is, what existed beforehand? And we have no idea. We can't explain it. And then, okay, from nothingness, suddenly there's all of this.
Big giant. It amazes so many people.
Oh yeah. And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's sometimes I'm walking around at work and I'm outside. I just stop and pray because we live in such a beautifully crafted world and it's magical and it's divine. And to reconcile that with my astronomy education, my cosmology education, my understanding of physics, we cannot, even in math and even in studying light, explain it all. We just can't do it.
Now, here's a question for you.
Okay, ask me a question. What you got?
So you're not a huge outdoor nature person,
No.
but do you find if you go outside, pick day or night, whichever your preference,
Okay.
and you're kind of anxious, all kind of wound up tight, fat, mad, put whatever emotion you want in there.
Yep.
When you step outside and you actually just be outside, look at nature, the stars,
Okay.
creation,
Okay.
you feel a shift within you?
That's a fair question. I can't lie and say all the time, no, but there are times, yes. I am more of a person that likes the light. I'm not a really dark, well, yeah. And I'm not a nature person. You know this. You're way more of a nature person than I am.
I actually, yeah.
When I get out there and I'm looking at the stars, or I'm just looking at a clear blue sky, and I happen to see, a few clouds off in the distance, I think, how is this happening? And the only way that I can explain it is by God. I just don't think that this is a random occurrence. And, for those of you listening to this, you have so many people that, they're that guy. I'm a scientist. You know what? If I can't see it, doesn't exist. Or they're religious. I don't need to see it because I just know the two worlds, if you leave it to those two polar opposites, they don't mix. Can safely tell you they can. And the reason how I know that they can is because I'm living proof of it. And even Albert Einstein, he was a God-fearing man. Albert Einstein, a scientific titan, believed in God. And for me, it just comes down to being very simple. The Big Bang is the root, right? Scientifically. Why couldn't God have caused the Big Bang? Why couldn't we think about it that way? Why couldn't God have said, okay, this is where I'm going to create. Now that I've created some things, I want some company. I'm going to create people in my image. And out of all the places, I'm going to do it here. Maybe that's what happened. I have no idea. All I know is that he created us and he said it was good.
And you know what? Maybe we'll ask God when we get to heaven.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that. So the idea here, guys, is just let's not make science and religion be enemies. We have enough that we're fighting over, right? I mean, the political stuff, left versus right, conservative versus, conservative versus liberal, Republican versus Democrat, uh, men versus women. It's crazy right now. If we're trying to be one in Christ, which we all are equal in, we are all one in Christ. Let's be it. God loves us. He doesn't need us, but he wants us. And that's really the message today. Whether you're a science person or you're a religion person, the worlds can mix. It's okay. That's about it for the Practical Path Podcast, episode 16. I would like to thank my lovely co-host. I'm Pastor D.
And Ashley, see you guys next week.
We will see you next week. Please like the podcast, comment on the subject matter down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have. Thank you very much, and we're out.